Hey guys, this is Karthika Kantwal from Apex FinServe and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session with the usual equity watch list and the index outlook. Now tomorrow is also the expiry, so we'll be paying a bit more attention on the index side of things. But starting with the equity as usual, the first one that we have is PEL, Piramal Enterprises, for tomorrow, and we have a long trade planned. Simple one really. We have an ascending trend line and consecutive higher lows being formed, and we also had a higher high today, but that was not really strongly sustained. So we expect a slightly deeper pullback, and then again momentum to continue. New momentum to build up and continue on the upside. So we are going to go for a long position at 13.25. Stop loss at 13.10. Ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, IndusInd Bank. IndusInd Bank, it has had a really strong support at 600 and 605. That zone, small zone of 5 rupees is acting really nicely. So the idea is to take a trade at that very zone, because if you look at the immediate candle structure, the price did make a higher low, but then higher high was not formed. So we expect this one too to make a small low retracement till 605, 603. Take a long position from there, book 1% and be out of it. So the plan is to take a long at 605, stop loss at 597, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, Oro Pharma. Now Oro Pharma, it has had a strong and swift resistance break at 815, 816. So the idea is to take a simple role reversal trade at that point, resistance turn support. So we'll go long at 816, stop loss at 806, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, Bharat Forge. Now Bharat Forge 2, we have a strong support level at 469, 470. So the idea is to take a quick long trade at that point for a small 0.8 to 1% target size. So let's see, it is it is almost 2% away from the current market price, so it's a bit conservative trade, but we don't really have high quality entry points that are close to the market price, because the candle structure is a bit choppy. So let's see, we have a long planned at 469, stop loss at 463, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, Lupin. Lupin, we had a long trade today at I believe it was 1010. It was not in the watch list, but it was there in our list of trades. So tomorrow we are going to take a repetitive trade at that very level. It has been a strong resistance, and swiftly broken today should act as support if we have a pullback. So the idea is to go for a long at 1005, stop loss at 992, and as usual, targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, a fresh entrant into the watch list that we have is RBL Bank. Now RBL Bank is a pretty nice script. The size of the script is nice, even despite its small size. The volatility that we have is pretty nice. It generally gives more than 1.5 to 2% move. Now for tomorrow, what we have on RBL Bank is if you look at the candle structure, we have had a higher low leg completed once, and then it has made the same highs and no lower lows have been formed. So the idea here is to go for a long trade at the support level of 180, which has been a strong demand zone in the past, and it has also acted as a demand zone this time again. So the idea is to take a long at 180, stop loss at 177, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, Apollo Hospitals. Now Apollo Hospitals, we are going to go for a long trade again. We have had this level come into play multiple times. If you remember, we have had even watchlist trades at a planned around 1650, 1655. So this time around too, we are going for a long trade at that very level. I have told you guys again and again, it has observed many times role reversals, and this time too the story is the same. So we are going to go for a long at 1655, stop loss at 1635, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Coming on to the final script that we have for tomorrow, that is the escorts. Not the escorts, but that is escorts. So what we have on escorts is again a long trade planned. Funnily enough, we have all long trades today. We don't have a single short side trade, but again we do as the charts say, none. We don't have any bias of our own. Now on escorts, we have a long trade plan because we had a strong swing high at 1225, which was broken very strongly. In just one swift candle, you had a pullback. The support was established, and then it went again and made the same high. So we are going to go on the long side here for a quick bounce of about 1%, 0.8 to 1% at that very level of 1225. Stop loss going at 1210, and that's it. These are all the equity charts that I had to discuss with you guys for tomorrow. Now coming on to the meat of the discussion that we have for you guys, or my favorite part as usual, the indices. Now what we have for tomorrow on Nifty is we have a range of roughly 50 points, 11,550 to 11,600 or 610. So we have a range of roughly 0.5% on Nifty. Depending on which side the range gets broken, you can go for a trade. I remember telling you guys yesterday, aggressive traders could go short at 575, 580. Conservative traders could go for long above 580, or in that manner, breakout or ping pong trades depending on your risk appetite. Now on Nifty, as you can see on the chart, we have a clear higher high, higher low leg from this completed. So we expect a pullback or somewhere close to 11,575, 11,580. That would be the ideal place to enter long in the direction of the trend, with a small 50 to 40 point stop loss going under this demand zone. That is my plan for tomorrow on Nifty. If we have a gap up opening, then I would prefer to go for a counter trend for the gap filling, of course. So I would look for short near 660, 680 if we have a big gap up opening. If not, then longs near 11,575 or even close to 11,600, 11,590 is fine with me, depending on the kind of confirmation that I get from the candle structure, because tomorrow is the expiry, so need to be a bit more cautious than regular trading sessions. When we talk about the option chain for tomorrow, we have immediate resistance at 11,700 with 218,000 contracts. As I said, if there's a gap up, I would like to go for shorts near 11,660, 680, stop loss going above 11,700. And significant resistance at 11,800 with total standing of 2 million contracts, still pretty big. On the support side, we have 11,600 with 1.5 million added contracts, which is a big number, and significant support at 11,500, again close by with a massive 1.5 million added contracts. So the put writers, they seem really sure-footed, which is more or less the exact opposite of what we had today. So the writers expect these support levels are going to be held very strongly, 600 and 500 strike prices. Whether that is the case or not, that remains to be seen. And I believe tomorrow's opening will have a big impact on how the index actually moves throughout the day. Now, when we talk about the PCR or PCR volume of Nifty, it comes out to be at 0.99, which is, it's still bearish, but it's not as aggressively bearish as if it would have been if it were to be, above 1. But that's not the case. So it's still bearish, but not that much, to the extent at which the option buyers are thinking the index will fall flat on its face. Now, that is all for Nifty. Now, moving on to the next index that we have, Bank Nifty. Now, Bank Nifty, again, we have a strong set of zones at 22,400 and 22,650. So this 250 point range is going to be the controlling range for Bank Nifty. Particularly if you are an aggressive trader, you can go for longs close to 22,500 with stop loss going under 22,350, or you can go for shorts near 22,650, stop loss going about 22,750. That is the case. But when we talk about the option chain confirmation for Bank Nifty, on the resistance side, we have 22,800, pretty far away. So there is still quite a lot of room left for the up move on Bank Nifty, with 281,000 added contracts. Significant resistance even farther at 23,000 with 500,000 added contracts. And on the support side, we have immediate support at 22,500, which is pretty close by. So as I said, you can go for longs near 22,500, 22,450, stop loss going under 22,350 or at 22,350. You have a nice RR with a possible up move all the way till 22,800 and exposure of just 150 points. So that's almost a 1:2 RR trade. Now for the significant support, you have 22,300 with 265,000 added contracts. Now the thing here is, on Bank Nifty, the supports are placed closer. If you go by the option chain, they are placed closer than the resistance. But if you look at the quantity or the size of contracts that have been added, then relatively speaking, the resistance does seem to be stronger. But then again, the room for movement is quite a lot more on the resistance side, which is almost 250 points from the current market price, whereas the support is just 50-60 points away from the current market price. So let's see. I am a bit bullish on Bank Nifty. It's just a matter of whether I take a long above resistance or at the support level. However, this is my bias as of now. This is not a cemented bias. I am more than happy to take the shorts too, depending on the kind of candle confirmation that I get from the charts in the first 30 to 45 minutes of the market opening. As I said on Bank Nifty too, just like Nifty, the opening is going to have a quite a healthy impact on how the index moves throughout the trading session, because if it's a gap up above the zone or gap down under the zone, then that is not really considered to be a valid zone break in my opinion. So it should not have a big gap up or gap down, and then I can actually plan out quite nice trades on the indices for tomorrow. Now these are all the charts that I had to discuss with you guys for today. I hope the analysis that I share with you guys is helping you improve on your own trades. If not, then let us know in the comments what else would you like us to add in these daily uploads. As usual, if you want all of this material, you can check out the Telegram channel at the rate Apex FinServe, Instagram, Twitter too. We share everything everywhere for you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment something nice, or whatever you think we can improve in the channel. Criticism is, let me correct that, constructive criticism is always accepted. And don't forget to press that bell notification icon too, so that you don't miss the Wyckoff weekend upload that's coming in a couple of days. I hope you have a really good, green, exciting trading session tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.